been in camp for a couple of days. They announced the team that was going down to London, and I wasn't in that. So I watched the opening ceremony on the TV in the bar in Sheffield, soft drinks only, obviously, with Grant, and I can't remember who else wasn't selected, and one of the coaches, Steve Abel. And it was great. And I remember thinking like, oh, you know, feel a little bit miffed that I'm missing out here and things. But you know, I refereed France v Wales the next day in Sheffield as lead referee, and on paper it was probably meant to be the second best game of the round. It turned out to be a world record score for France, unfortunately. But you know, there were nearly 1,200 people there watching it, and you know, hundreds of thousands of people watching on the BBC. And when I finished the game and sort of breathed a sigh of relief and eventually fired my phone up, I'd got hundreds of messages from all sorts of people who, because they were daytime games, and people who probably wouldn't normally be watching sport had flicked on to watch the game and gone, oh, hang on a minute, I recognise him. And we're messaging, oh, I didn't know you did this and all of that. And it was fascinating. And then it picked up pace there. So, yeah, but anyway, to get to the point, I finally got to go to the Copper Box in round 3, and there were, you know, 2,000-3,000 people there, and huge event. And then obviously we got to the final in Manchester with 4,500 people, and I walked into the arena on the Friday morning to have a little bit of a look round, and there's nobody in there, you know, but all the lights were set, and it was like unbelievable. And I'd been to see the Prodigy there when I was a teenager, and it looked nothing like the venue then. But yeah, you know, just the lights and the noise were the things I remember, like just having a really hot neck and hot elbows from the lights and things. But yeah, it was unbelievable. And then obviously a year later we did England v France at the Leeds Arena with a similar level of production. So yeah, it's, you know, the bar's just been raised, and some of us you know, have said, you know, did the bar get raised a little bit too high? You know, what's it going to look like next? So but I think we're doing all right at the minute. So yeah, some fascinating progress.